Okay, so I was filming a little bit earlier and I noticed my lips were getting really chapped because I haven't been drinking a lot of water today, but also the fact that I think I've filmed so much that my lips were just super dry. And you can see it on camera and I was like, oh gosh, this is really bad. But we're not that bad right now. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in such a long time, but now that I am here and somewhat thriving, I have high hopes to make a little bit more videos this year. As of recently, if you guys do follow me on Instagram, a lot of stuff has been happening in my life and I can't really even mesh the words to describe how my college years have played out. I wanted to make this video kind of just to self-reflect for my own personal reasons because a lot has been going on and I technically graduated from college a couple weeks ago. I think it was like June 12th. June 13th. Video is basically again a self-reflection for me to talk about how this last 4 years has been treating me and what my next steps are, if I even do have any next steps. Do follow me on Instagram. I'm more active there and you kind of see what goes on in my day-to-day life, and I've just been focused on plants, Animal Crossing, getting through COVID, and being unemployed. So that's literally what's going on. So before I get started with anything deep and my brain dump of information, I would like to give a shout out to Luisa. I had thought like, what even is this company? I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of it. And then I just wanted to learn about their mission statement and then what their key goals were. The jewelry honestly was the thing that caught me because again, I'm very particular with my jewelry and I really like minimalist looks. I feel like they say so much more as opposed to doing so much. Super excited after I kind of like did my self-investigation. I also watched reviews and stuff. Cool thing about Ana Luisa is that they really focus on sustainability. And when we think about sustainability, we oftentimes don't think about it in the sense of jewelry. At least that is in my personal opinion, and it just doesn't come to my mind right away. So when they had told me that they use recycled materials as well as reaching a net zero carbon footprint by the end of this year, I thought that was super interesting. That's the thing that really caught me. And when I started off talking to one of the members at Ana Luisa, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, this is like one of the steps that I can do to help a company out, but also give myself a little treat in terms of a broke college student. Some of their items start at $39 and move their way up. Fits many people's needs and it also fits the price ranges that people are looking at when it comes to jewelry, and I think that's a really important thing. And the pieces I had received are very personable. I received 3 different jewelry pieces. One is the Astro coin necklace, which is the one I'm wearing right now, and it's super duper cute. And I had received a Chloe band ring and as well as the Leo hoop earrings, which fall into the Zodiac jewelry line that they have. I thought it was so fun because I am a Leo and unfortunately, when I had received the shipment of the earrings, I kind of giggled because my ears are not pierced anymore and I can't wear these until like a few months from now when I do get them pierced. And it's just because of the COVID thing too, where it's not really easily accessible to do it anymore. With this, you can wear it with a basic top. I'm wearing a black satiny dress right now, but you can wear it with like a button up and jeans. You can wear it out to an event or you can wear it out to a lunch with your friends and family. So it's very versatile and that's what I admire about the jewelry pieces. And with that being said, there is a link down below in the description box as well as a personalized discount code for 10% off. If you guys are interested or need a birthday gift or shower gift, definitely look at their website because there's a ton of options for you guys to go through. So now let's get started with my college rambling. Where do I even begin with this college stuff? Because there's a lot that happens in 4 years and to condense all of that into a short video is tough. I really wanted to do this self-reflection video to kind of discuss like what I've really learned in this 4 years. Because a lot has happened for myself, my friends, and just this whole world. How do you not take a moment to reflect? And that's just one of the things that I was thinking about when I was coming up with a list of, video ideas. And with everything happening in the world, and as much as COVID is scary, it is also a time where many of us have really just time to think and be with ourselves. It is an unfortunate thing in some aspect, but it also is a beautiful thing, you know, for many of us who do have that moment to sit down the same way that I'm sitting down here and just sit and think, you know? And one of the things that I had really thought about when it came to what I had gained from college was my relationship with mental health awareness. As a teenager, you don't really know exactly how to cope with your emotions, and especially when you have parents that aren't like super supportive of mental health awareness and stuff, it can be hard to really break down and grasp everything about yourself. And so going into college, freshman year, I didn't really know how to cope with a lot of the things happening to me. Like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? And I remember building up the courage to finally go to therapy. And I had told my mom that because I felt like, you know, she's my mom and I should tell her. And I remember I got so much backlash and she yelled at me so much and we got into a huge fight. I forgive her today, but it was such a sad thing, and I think it's really instilled in a lot of Asian cultures, and especially in Southeast Asian culture, you know, mental health really isn't something focused on. It's something that isn't even real, I think. And the way my parents see it is that if you aren't able to handle your emotions, and if you aren't able to do this, this, and this with your mentality, then you're weak. When I had introduced that topic to her, and she had said I was, you know, crazy, and that people would see me as crazy, and then I left that, you know, phone call thinking like, oh my gosh, like, is something wrong with me? And then I remember still going to that therapy session, and the therapist ended up not being that great. Leaving it thinking like, you know what, I'm just overreacting, like I'm totally fine. My freshman year, you know, losing someone as a friend, roommate, dealing with sexual harassment on campus, dealing with just mean people, horrible work managers, it takes a toll on someone. And especially not having like a family member that you want to look up to in this aspect, but you can't, you know, you can't fall back on anyone in this. And there was moments where I would literally just lay in bed all day. I'd skip class. I'd wake up at like 3, 4 in the afternoon. If I had a shift at 6 o'clock that went until like midnight, I would get ready right when I woke up at like 3 or 4, ate one thing, and then went to work. It's okay to say that you feel lonely in a group of people, because I think a lot of people feel that way too. As I'd gotten older and looking back at it and sitting down now, like I am so thankful to be aware of how I was able to cope with things and how unhealthy my actions were, just because we don't really take the time to think about the little things we do, like our overconsumption of fast food. That was my thing. Like, that's an unhealthy thing, playing into the circle of depression and whatnot. And then you have to think about like people that you have in your circle, whether they're supportive or not, or the people that, you know, you want to look up to. Reflecting on that is something that is important, because sometimes you end up blaming yourself when it really isn't your fault, and sometimes you feel like there's no other option for things to be better. And I really encourage you to talk to people and talk to your friends. There is help out there. Sometimes the resources are lacking, and it sucks to admit it. There are people out there who will listen to you. The second thing that really impacted my college career was my family. In my sophomore year of college, my mom was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. It was scary, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like the world is just over sort of thing. There was a level of hope, and there was like knowledge of what these steps were going to be. Like, my mom went through surgery right away, and then she went through radiation, and then within, I'd say, like a time span of like 5 months, she was cancer free, and then went into remission and whatnot. There was a time where we finally had space to breathe and say like, oh well, my mom's going into remission, like she's kind of done with cancer for now. And we knew in the back of our heads, at least me and my mom knew, that it's gonna come back. And with the rates being so high for like relapse, we just didn't know when. That was the thing. And the week of the 1-year anniversary of her being cancer free, I remember the phone call again. It was like a replay of the first time it had happened with stage 1, but this time it was stage 4. And my mom did her best, and I, you know, I feel like I didn't do enough, but I know that was my best at that time. And so I can't really hate on myself and, you know, push myself down over it, but it has taught me a lot, and it's taught me the value of time. 4 years sounds like a lot, but it isn't a lot, and it could be vice versa. But we really have time in that 4 years, and in those years, how much do we use that time to really value the people around us, value the experiences and the little moments we have, whether good or bad. And I think I had mentioned that I am finishing school soon, like next month. And I did the whole graduation route and whatnot, and now the thing that I have to face is the real world, like the complete real world. And, you know, a lot of the questions I've had asked throughout the years and still is asked to this day is just the fact of like, what do you want to do? What are your next steps? What is your career goal? Like, how much you want to make in the future? And all of these things that stress you out for no reason. It's okay to not know. I don't really know. Like, I know what I want to do. I know I want to do this. I want to have a YouTube channel. I want to do something I love. I want this to be a hobby that I enjoy and something that I can bring joy to other people. And alongside that, like, I hope to work in marketing and then do something with communications and PR. And at least I know what I want to do, but it's a reminder that you don't have to have it set in stone. All I know is that I really want to enjoy my life and be happy with myself first before I dive into the big world, to hone down on my hobbies, my skills, appreciate myself in a way. But yeah, I'm just gonna end it right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this blabber and maybe just use it as background noise. I know some people have done that with my videos. And just another reminder that it is okay to treat yourself from time to time, or if there's an event coming up or a shower coming up, this is kind of like a good way to start, is with jewelry, you know, something personable. So don't forget that there's a link down in the description box, 10% off discount code for your future purchase. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.